we have moved to London. This was very unplanned and very spontaneous. Back in June 2021, I was asked by my employer if I want to move to their London office and start in a new position, and really not thinking about it, I said yes, and here I am sitting in my new London apartment in East London filming this video in the hope that it will help someone who's in the same situation as we were a couple of weeks ago, trying to find your new home in this crazy market. So actually I'm gonna divide this topic into two separate videos. So one's gonna be the apartment hunting itself, and then the tips and know-hows if you are in the market for your new home. Before you dive into your apartment search, there are a couple of things you need to set straight. First is your budget, second area, third your moving date, and then your non-negotiables. For us the budget was 1,500 per month. Area was East London, but generally 30 minutes away from the city. So it would take me like 30 minutes either by bus or by tube to go into the office, which is located in the city of London. Moving date was immediately, as soon as possible. And non-negotiables, we didn't have really any, but it would be ideal to have very spacious, very light apartment with big windows. So with that in mind, we began our hunt. The website we used are very common. We searched Zoopla, OpenRent and Rightmove. So we landed on the 29th of January and immediately we had viewing. We started in Wembley Park, Quentin Living. This is a residential complex that currently consists of 9 buildings. There were 2 things we liked about this place. First is newness, because this residential complex is built specifically for renters, so you can expect John Lewis furniture, gyms, communal areas with grills, co-working spaces, everything to live a Quentin life. And second thing was that they are offering discounts. So if you go for a 1-year contract, they might offer you 5% discounts, for 2 years 10%, and for 3 years they are offering 15% discount, and they do not take deposits, which is a good thing to have. The thing that we did not like about this complex was that it was a bit remote. Yes, it would take you only 15 minutes by tube to go to Baker Street, central London, and around 13 minutes to go to my work, which is in the city. But again, you're kind of away from the central London, and especially for us because it's the first time we are here. And I think further down the line, after 2 years maybe, it would be an ideal place to live once you're all settled in and you know London quite well. I think we viewed like 7 studios in 3 different buildings. So we started off with Canada Gardens. They call it Urban Country Oasis. All apartments in that building have sort of cozy, very homey vibe, which I liked a lot. The first apartment we viewed was very high up, so just by going out on a terrace, I was shivering because I'm sort of afraid of the heights. Very high up, and that I didn't like. The agent also showed us 2 more apartments in the building on lower floors, but for some reason they were all very dark and very expensive. The price starts from 1,700 per month. Second was Beton, and it had this retro-inspired, colorful look. All apartments we viewed in that building were overlooking this stadium, the Wembley Stadium, so you might expect it to get very crowded, very noisy when there are events and concerts happening. And I think the last thing you want is for 1,000 people to stare at your windows, so that was a pass for us. And again, they were outside of the budget, starting at 1,700. The last building that we saw was New York City loft inspired building. This building has gym inside, the shared communal area, co-working spaces, which is also nice if you're working from home, and both of us are working from home. viewed was within our budget, 1,500 per month. They had a huge terrace, and I could imagine myself sitting there on a summer morning drinking my lemon water. And also my fiance loved this apartment very much, probably because of New York City inspired decor. But the only thing was that when we were there, it was a beautiful day, not sunny, but it was bright that day. But we had to turn on the lighting when we were inside of the apartment, which was immediately turned off, which was sad because we really liked the studio. And another apartment that we viewed within that building was also very dark. So I already knew that there was nothing that we really liked and something that caught my eye and stuck in my heart, so we had to let it go. And also because we could not meet the affordability criteria for this apartment, and we had to make upfront payments worth of 6 months rent, which was not an option for us, and we had to let it go and proceed with our viewings because it was only the beginning. Here comes the new day, and we started off in East London again. It was a 1-bedroom apartment, not a studio, and it was advertised at 1,500 per month, no bills included. So it was Sunday, glorious sunny day. The apartment was lit by sunlight, and it was very spacious and lovely. Yeah, it wasn't like a new apartment in a new building, but still it felt very cozy and just right. So we immediately placed an offer for 1,400 per month. As it was available immediately, we expected to move in a couple of days. It seemed very easy for us, but the reality was that we were first to view this apartment. The owner herself, she really wanted to get as many offers as she can. She took her time, and we had nothing left to do, just wait. So here comes the new week, and a week full of apartment viewings. We started again in the East Canary Wharf Collective, which is a co-living, co-working space designed specifically for young professionals. They have all amenities that you need. They have pool, gym, communal kitchen, cinema room, laundry room, restaurant, co-working spaces. The studio, and it was advertised at $14.39 per month, and it was available immediately. And there is a £100 joining fee for each person moving in. Concierge, Wi-Fi, taxes, utility bills, gym membership, room cleaning are already included in the bill. The studio we viewed was 12 square meters. I don't know how I overlooked this fact. The moment you walk in the studio, you're immediately lying in your bed, which was not an option. I'm a big girl myself, and my fiance is a big man with a beard, so we also viewed another room, but again it didn't have storage, closet space. It was just very tiny, and it was offered I think at 1,600 per month. It really reminded me of my past when I was a student and living in a dormitory, and it ain't a vibe anymore. Later that day we viewed 1-bed apartment in East London, again Lower Clampton. It was advertised at $14.50 per month, no bills included. We visited the apartment quite late in the evening at around 8 p.m. Maybe that influenced our decision because the area felt a bit sketchy. My fiance didn't like it, and the pictures online were shot on a bright sunny day, so it was the expectation versus reality, because when we arrived it was very dark, lighting was not very good, it felt quite messy, and it was on the ground floor, and the bedroom was overlooking the street, so you wouldn't have that much needed privacy in the bedroom, which was again a really turn off. And it was a bit further away from the city, which is not a great thing to have, and we did not place an offer. Okay, moving on to the next day, we are in East London again. We are in Angel, top-notch location, and the place was advertised for 1,300 per month, no bills included, which was more than a fair price. The moment we stepped into the apartment, the agent let us know that this would not be a fit for us because the ceiling in the bathroom was very low, and my fiance is way too tall, so he won't simply fit in the bathroom, which is insane. That was a sad news because we really liked the apartment and we really liked the area. The agent told us that she also has one more place in Angel and she's gonna show us it tomorrow. We heard nothing from her, and after a number of follow-ups we just gave up. We are not in the east of London, we are in the north of London. This flat was a very random viewing because I would not have booked it myself, but the agent offered it to us as it was available immediately because the owners previously put this place on Airbnb, but because they were moving out of London, they were in a bit of hurry. We were in a bit of hurry, so it was a match made in heaven. So we went to view the apartment. It was not something that I would have liked and booked it myself, and it was quite further away from the city, and it was advertised at 1,600, no bills included, which I also think is way too expensive for this area and for this apartment. Because we were in a bit of a crisis, we put an offer for 1,350. The agent called us and said that it was way too low and the owner will not even consider our offer. Let's raise it. So we raised to 1,400, and I said that this is the maximum that we could offer. So the agent came back to me and said, okay, but let's do 2 years, so they will definitely accept your offer. We were in a hurry to move in as soon as possible because we have been staying in the hotel for 2 weeks and it comes very expensive. So I said, okay, let's do 2 years and 1,400, the maximum that we can offer. And they accepted our offer. We were kind of hesitant because we needed to find something to have a place to live, and we have this offer now that it was accepted within our budget. I don't know, I did not like this place. It did not sit well with me. The area was also off. It would take me like 40 minutes by bus to go to the office. We decided not to go for it. And at the time, it seemed like a very wrong decision because we were following, I mean, at least I was following my gut, not my brain. Let me tell you, I did not regret this decision. After North London, now we are in West London. The change of scenery, close to Kensington Olympia Station. It was a studio, it was 3rd floor, 1473 per month, all bills included, which was very attractive. Thinking about it, we can live in a studio because we lived previously in a studio in Prague. Yeah, it could be tricky with the both of us working from home, but we can figure something out. So the flat was new, beautiful building, fully refurbished building. The appliances were new, exactly what we were looking for. The only thing that we did not know about this property, that is actually not a studio but is actually 1-bedroom apartment, and the owner decided to rent one apartment as 2 different studios. You would literally have someone living next door to you, and that means zero privacy. So that was a hot bus. And the next day comes and we are again in West London, South Ken. I know, bougie, right? Stones away from Hyde Park, dream location. The place was advertised for 1,746 per month, no bills included. It was way above our budget, but we were like, okay, let's go see the apartment and then we can offer maybe 1,600 and for 2 years. That didn't work. The minimum the owner could accept was 1,700 per month. With that in mind, we could not meet the affordability criteria and we had to pay 6 months worth of rent in advance, which was not an option again. And as much as I fell in love with the location, that was a hard no, unfortunately. Another property that I reviewed was also in West London, close to Westfield, London, Shepherd's Bush Central Line station, available from the 12th of February, so it was like 2 weeks away. So we went and viewed this apartment. It was advertised for £14.95 per month, no bills included, so it was within our budget. It was a beautiful apartment, very big windows, so you would expect a lot of light coming in. The kitchen was new, the toilet was separate from a bathroom, which is helpful, especially in the morning when you're rushing to go to the office and there are 2 people living in an apartment. Like this location, it's in the middle of everything. You have restaurants, shops, you have a mall. We fell in love with the place. We put an offer immediately, but because the letting agency system was down the next day, so they could not send us offer forms, and we already put an offer for another place. Maybe it was not meant to be. And we are back where we started, in East London, Northampton Square, very close to the City University of London, top-notch location. The cost per month was £17.33, no bills included, which is again above our budget, but we are trying to be optimistic and we are just booking the viewings and then go and see if we can offer the contract for 2 years at the price at £1,600. That was the maximum that we could offer. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful 1-bedroom apartment. It was very spacious, very well kept, with new kitchen. Appealing location. I mean, I could easily walk to the office, which is insane for London. But there were 2 things. One was available only from April, and we were in the beginning of February, which was something that we could not do since we have been living in the hotel for 2 weeks already, and we didn't have any more money left basically to prolong our stay there. And another thing was that it was a lower ground floor again, and I just need that light. I cannot imagine myself working from home and not seeing the daylight, not seeing the sky. So unfortunately that was a no. We also had a couple of apartment viewings on that day and the next week, but we decided to cancel all of them because it was the end of the week. We were very exhausted and we got our offer approved finally. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoy your time here and you found something beneficial for you, because if you are in the same boat as we were a month ago, you're trying to get as many information, as many insights as possible. We were constantly on YouTube trying to watch different videos, apartment huntings, to get a basic general idea what we are getting ourselves into, what we might get for our budget, the borough we want to live in. Good luck with your apartment hunting, and I hope you will get as lucky as we've got, because we love this place and you will find your dream home. I'm very excited to bring you along on this journey. Please subscribe, like this video, so I will continue bringing out more London related videos. So yeah, see you in my next video.